Okay, in this lesson we're going to continue our work with factoring, and we're going to factor some trinomials where the leading coefficient is 1. So we're going to factor trinomials like this where we have 1x squared, then something times x and a constant term. So we'll be able to do this if we know how to multiply binomials this way. So the more experience we've had multiplying binomials, the easier it's going to be to do this kind of factoring. So if I say x plus 3 times x plus 4, when I multiply the first two, I get x squared. I multiply inside and get 3x, and outside negative 4x. Those add up to negative x. And then for the last term here, I multiply these two last terms. So 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Well, you can see these products right here give us these trinomials. So if I look these over and I look at this and I say, how does this factor? Well, if it factors, it's going to factor into the product of two binomials, such that when I multiply their first two terms, I get this. So I'll put x and x, and I multiply their last two terms and I get 12. Then the product of the inside plus the outside has to come out to be negative 13. So if I look at this product right here, I see that x squared plus 13x plus 12 is equal to this. So x squared minus 13x plus 12 must be equal to x minus 12 times x minus 1. And remember, we don't need to make a mistake because we can always multiply and check our answers that way. So when I multiply this times this, I multiply the first two, x squared. Multiply the last two, negative 12 times negative 1, positive 12. Inside, when I multiply, negative 12x. Outside, when I multiply, negative 1x, and those add up to negative 13x. So I do get that middle term. So that's the kind of factoring that we're going to do in this section. We're going to do trinomials, but one thing they'll all have in common is that the leading coefficient is 1. That makes things a little easier for us.